year's dated ornament.
Well, that's a smart thing to do, because if you collect them, or even if you don't collect them, I mean, here's the only place you can get them, and more than likely today is probably the only day that they're going to be available. I don't know that for sure, but I would suspect that's the case.
Well, they're always very popular, and it's become a tradition from you for us here at QVC. You create this just for our QVC viewers. $16.70 for this year's dated ornament, which is Santa, at $16.70, but with buy more, save more. If you pick up more than one, that brings the price down to $13.70. And look at all of the detail, and I love the color, Jim.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty well executed piece. You know, once again, it's small, but there's an awful lot of work that goes into this thing. I don't want to emphasize it in such a way that I'm sort of honking my own horn, you know. But if you look at the way this little, you know, I don't know what you call it.
Kind of like a holly.
Yeah.
Like a bow.
Can't remember what you call it, but anyway, there's a lot.
Garland.
Yeah, garland. There you go. It's a lot to it, and then the sort of ornaments that make up the date are suspended from the you know, from the garland. But there's, you know, the size of it. You know, all these details are fairly small, so it takes a lot of effort to get each one of them, you know, executed properly so it all works together. And of course, the whole thing, you know, makes up a color composition that, once again, you know, my test for a good color composition when I look at the piece is, what does my eye want to do? If my eye wants to stop somewhere, then wherever it stops is wrong. Okay. Even though it might be the best thing on the whole thing, it doesn't belong there. So this is a good example of a nice composition, because your eye flows over the piece, and it's just an interesting piece to you know, to look at.
Well, already over 1,100 have been ordered. This is the only order of the year. We bring you this dated ornament from Jim. What is this, going on year 4, 5?
Yeah, this is. I think it's the 4th one that I've done.
And so it's truly become a tradition we look forward to from Jim every year. And you could see we actually had it hanging on the tree. This is of weight and size. It actually has the little tie so that you could put this over the tree. But at the same time, it could just be a tabletop.
And it all, yeah, that's the thing about it. You don't have to hang this. You know, you can use it as a little standalone, you know, figural piece. You can get it, and Jan takes these ornaments that I do oftentimes, and she'll decorate the larger packages with them and use them as part of the bow thing, and it becomes like a little, you know, extra little
like
gift. You know, we use them for places at, you know, so that the guests that come to our parties and so forth will have a little something to take home. So there's a lot of different uses. But here's one thing that I want everybody to know when I create these kind of pieces. You know, I'm very passionate about what I do. You know, and a lot of it's, you know, it's whimsical and it looks like a lot of fun and everything, but when I'm working in the studio and working on this stuff, there's a lot of things that go through my mind. And if I'm working on an exclusive piece, you know, well, I try to think all the time, you know, of, okay, who's gonna love this? You know, who's gonna benefit from it? And I always think of my QVC family when I'm working on these exclusive pieces. So the folks out there, you know, when they get this piece, they'll know that, and I don't know, this is maybe kind of Pollyannic of me, but I think that the emotional connection that comes out of a piece is absolutely proportional to the passion that I put into the piece. And so I think that people will, you know, maybe feel a little bit of that when they get this piece.
And that's why so many people and families have become collectors of your designs. And this is our annual, now becoming a tradition, dated ornament from Jim. It's our 2016, so it's the only order of the year. You're not going to offer the 2016 and 2017.
Yeah, so. Don't think you've missed out on anything because you haven't. If it's such that you haven't got the earlier pieces, you know, just start now. I'm going to keep going with it, and it is a signature piece. They'll see my signature there on the, which I paid attention in cursive class.
I know you. I like that J.
So there it is. And not very many pieces come with my
no.
with my signature.
So that does make this a unique piece. Already 2,000 have been spoken for. I hope you're taking advantage of that buy more, save $3. That will bring this down to $13.70 for each additional ornament that maybe you're buying as a gift. You're thinking of loved ones, family members that you would like to kind of give them that.
Yeah, if you want to remember
gift.
somebody and it's a special time, you know, or you can, if somebody's, you know, we just had friends that are having, that just had a little baby, and and so this is the year for them, you know. So we'll certainly give that just for the, you know, for the baby's first ornament, you know.
And that's why I collect them as well. I think that is a great idea if you know anybody that's having a kid or grandkids. And also just to have this beautiful, colorful piece in your home. It will delight you. H209195 is your item number. And this is the most affordable item in the show. So if you're new to Jim Shore, Heartwood Creek.
That's a real bell, too.
Jingle, jingle. This is a great way to get introduced to the line. All right, so we're only 10 minutes away, Jim, from the brand new spinning figurals.
Oh, those are good ones, too.
So these actually have movement to them. It's 360 degrees. Jim, he